Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. Today I want to speak about operating charging system of the vehicle. In this system or in this combination we have four components: alternator, IC regulator, battery and rectifier. Alternator connected to the engine, so the speed of the rotation of the alternator is depends to the engine RPM. Then we have IC regulator. IC regulator which controls the current flows to the coils from the engine, because if the speed of the engine, the rotation will increase, okay, then the alternator should produce more electricity more than the normal, which is cause problem. So the IC regulator, the duty of it will start in here, that will controls the flow of the current. Then we have the battery and we have the rectifier. Rectifier, it has a diode and it will convert AC voltage to DC voltage. For the battery, if I want to say something, that when you want to start the engine, you use the battery to give the power or voltage to the starter motor. But when the vehicle is opened and the engine become on, then the alternator will start to work and it will give the current to all other the components. So just we use the battery to open the engine, to start the engine. But when the engine open, for the current and or the voltage that we want, we will take it from the alternator, not from the battery. We have one phase, the process of charging system. We have one phase electricity or voltage, or three phase. Three phase is for the high voltages. If the engine off, in that time the alternator is not working, it's not rotating, because I said that alternator connected to the engine. So when the engine is not working, it's not rotating the pistons, the crankshaft, the alternator won't rotate, and the electricity produces zero. The second type, engine is open, ignition switch on, RPM is low. So the rotation of the alternator is depends to the rotation of the engine, to the RPM. So if the RPM is low, what it means? It means that produce electricity also is low, but magnets are active and magnet field are increased, so current will increase. So all is depends on the RPM. If the RPM is increased, for sure the magnetic field will increase and the current will increase. And I want to say that the magnets, actually it's electromagnet. Inside the alternator we have electric magnet. That's what I mean. It's the N and S pole. When it get the force from the starter motor by opening the engine, it will convert to the magnet. So first of all, it's electromagnet. By the force that's coming from the starter motor, it will convert to the magnet. And rectifier we have inside the alternator that converts AC to DC with the help of the diodes. Almost it has 6 diodes, and again it will charge the battery, as the alternator will charge the battery, because in most of the vehicles, like I can say, maybe if I say all the vehicle, that's better. when you when you are not starting the engine for a long time, like maybe 1 month, inside the battery there is a chemicals and acid, okay, those chemicals, it will reduce. Why? Because when the engine is off, again the watch of the vehicle, because all the vehicles has a watch, like, right, okay, that watch, it's consuming the current from the battery, and slowly it will consume it, right? Then the lights, if you want to open it, exactly, it will open. So the current is moving inside the vehicle even if the engine is off because of the battery. But when the engine open, start to work, duty from the battery will cancel, it has a rest, and alternator will charge it. So those chemicals that reduce from the battery, alternator will give it back. Then if the engine on, ignition switch on, RPM it's medium or low. What it means RPM is medium or low? It means that the RPM medium means 2000 or 2500, and more than 2500 we will say that it's high RPM. Magnet activated, actually that I said electromagnet, when it gets force it will convert to the magnet. Then rectifier converts AC to DC and the battery is charged. In high voltage, because of high magnet and force, you require to control it. So you have to use the regulator with transistor to open and close the alternator. So the regulator or AC regulator has a transistor. With the help of those, it will open and close the alternator. We have two types of the alternator, WYE connection and delta connection. In most of the vehicles, there is a WYE connection. Actually, in four-wheel drives, mostly they are using WYE connection. It has a 3 wire connected to the N pole. N pole of the electromagnet that will take force, it will absorb force and will convert to the magnet. And from the magnet, magnetic field is from the N side of the pole, not from the S side. It's the shape that I draw. We have battery, rectifier, and coils, alternator. Alternator has a coils. These coils are producing the electricity. And in here, actually, if I want to say, okay, red color. In here, the battery, okay, will give the alternator power, starter motor, then alternator. When the voltage is coming to the rectifier, from this coil is coming this stuff, right? Okay, it's connected to this one. When the voltage is coming, it should have to go straight, but the voltage that the alternator is producing is AC voltage. AC voltage, what it means? It means it's go and it come back, okay? But with the AC regulator and with the rectifier, and also the diodes, with the help of the diodes, we cancel the one way. Just we give them chance to go, not to come back. That's why it will convert from AC to DC. Actually, in the second way, we block the second way by the help of the diodes. Moving the magnet faster, producing the strong current. It's the law, and we need magnet, then force. If it get the force, then it convert to the electromagnet. N pole always give magnet field. Sometimes it induce the force also, electrons. That's it. Thank you so much for your time. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe my channel.